Mayor Parker, Councilman, I'm here today representing the NAACP Houston branch. NAACP Houston branch supports equality for all. We are against discrimination of any form. While we did have concerns, we had two concerns about this ordinance. One has been addressed, and we hope that the mayor nor no one else would put it back into executive order or anything in there regularly. However, the second one has come to fruition, and that's the division that is making in our communities misunderstandings because there was not proper inclusion in the design of this ordinance. I suggest that the mayor and the council start over, bring in the community-based organizations, bring in the religious community. Don't divide the community. If the motives are good, if the policy is good, let everybody have input. We've got to live with this. And as we all know, any law or ordinance can have unintended consequences. So I suggest we submit.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Councilmember Wilkins. Mr. Chairman, first of all, you're not representing the NAACP, you are the chairman of the board. I just want people to know who's at the president, who's in there. Go ahead and continue your comments.
Our concern is that we need to unite our community. The religious community, it's not about lifestyle. There are people who have legitimate issues about safety, and it should be addressed. When we spoke with the attorney, our concern was that we were not brought into the equation early on. You know, they called us after there were drafts already put in place, and we were late in the game having input. And I believe that's where the mistrust. Process matters, method matters. Bring in individuals, the CBOs, the community-based organizations, and the religious community. Let them have input. And then we can live with this in harmony.
Mayor, am I still in? Okay. Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, so am I hearing you say that you think it'll be a better ordinance?
Yes.
Moving forward, if it was tabled, I guess, and
Yes.
readdressed with community stakeholders?
That's exactly what I'm saying, because then you have ownership, you have buy-in, you have input. Then the other segments of the community would feel respected. And then there wouldn't be such division and divisiveness, because when you try to pass an ordinance and you haven't consulted or respected all the voters, then you're gonna have dissension. And we gotta live with this. We don't want to unnecessarily divide our community.
Okay. Thank you for coming.
Councilmember Kubak, sir.
Little. So good to have you come. Thank you very much. I brought your name up the other day in the quality of life meeting because I had called you the night before to ask you if you had been a part of the stakeholders that had been talking to the administration, and when you said no, I asked the city attorney the same thing. Motion to extend?
Second.
Every opposed, motion carries. Go ahead.
My concern is that your idea of postponing it, putting it off. I'm an at-large council member. I didn't see the first draft. I didn't see the 14th draft. I think the first draft I saw was the 15th draft. I got an email last night about 11 o'clock that there was going to be a press conference this morning. The press conference was held during a committee meeting that I was in, so I didn't get to attend. I think there needs to be transparency. We need to see what's going on. I represent everybody that's in this chamber, and I want the right to be able to hear them, everyone, and make the right decision. We have to bring us all inclusion and not division. Thank you so much for coming, and I appreciate you being here today, and thank you for your friendship.
Very good. Thank you, sir.
Councilmember Rudd.
Thank you, Mayor. President Lee, good seeing you.
Good seeing you too, Councilman.
The message that went out that there had been a deal brokered that included the Greater Houston Partnership, Human Rights Campaign, and other stakeholders, those other stakeholders that's represented here did not represent the NAACP.
No.
This is wrapped under the umbrella of civil rights. And to me, civil rights are international human rights. Second.
Every opposed, motion carries.
Thank you, kindly colleagues. To me, civil rights are international human rights. And where do they come from? For this councilman, they're a grant from God. Now, The NAACP, to me, represents one of the long-standing civil rights organizations. When were you or the NAACP involved in this process, if this is a civil rights issue?
My memory's that, but we were in a conference call about, I'm gonna say maybe 2-3 weeks ago, maybe, with Mr. is it Philman? And which
I don't know who you, I don't
I
know.
believe he's a city attorney.
Oh, the city attorney's name is David Feldman.
Feldman,
I don't know if
okay,
that's the
okay.
person who called you.
Right, but it was a conference call with many other community-based organizations, and that was one of our first concerns, was that why were we called in so late? And because if you want to, because, you know, NAACP, we support, you know, but to bring us in so late,
Is there a motion to?
and then, and as I expressed to him, we have to not only live in this community and carry out our mission, but we have to live with the religious community, other people. And to bring us in late, there's so much about it that we may not even know. Right off the bat, we saw some things, not even dealing with the gender, that we had concerns about. But we were willing to support it because we do support equal rights. And I expressed to him, you know, it could expose us to being blindsided, which it was, that people thought that we were just selling out, you know, just being bought off. But that's not the case. We just wish that we could have been brought in early. And I expressed to him to have gotten input from certain segments of the business community, but not from this community-based organizations and the religious community. It's just not fair.
Where are you today as the ordinance stands today? And you may still be examining it as I am, and I quite frankly stand by the position that for this council member, you're not going to hear me say yes or no when there are hundreds of people still here waiting to give their opinion on it. A motion to extend, please.
Discussion, favor, opposed, motion carries.
Thank you kindly. For me to decide I'm for it, or for me to decide I'm against it, and it's changing daily, the language is being changed, and there's still many people waiting to be heard from, I want to hear what you have to say. If my mind is already made up, why are you going through the charade today? And this is the way Bradford make decisions. I do want your input, I want your analysis, I want your opinions, but by God, I don't want people telling me what to do. I'll still have some hard bark on me perhaps, but I do want the oldest civil rights organization that I'm aware of, NAACP, involved, and I want your opinion. So as it stands today, do you support it?
We support the equal rights ordinance, but there's still some caveats. One of the things that we're asking is that give us time even. You know, we'd love to be able to look at it more intensively. The element that was removed, that was good, but we still have some other concerns that we would like in process, you know, in regards to the complaints,
Councilmember,
retaliation.
there are 3 other council members in the queue.
Yes, I do one more motion to extend, Mayor.
Is there a second?
So I am saying,
Favor, opposed, motion carries.
Thank you kindly.
I am saying, I think it would be wise to start over, to bring, to table it, whatever's proper procedure, to allow other organizations.
Let me ask the city attorney, Mr. Feldman, why the NAACP was not involved and brought into the last minute?
It's my understanding that someone from the administration was conferring with the NAACP. I personally did not.
If anybody, can I speak?
Yes, Reading Strong.
Nobody represents any speaker but myself. My first time speaking to yourself or anyone else on this ordinance was on the conference call we had that morning. It was Thursday morning, 10 o'clock. That was my first time, and that nothing goes out unless I prove it. We do support equal rights, but there were concerns we had as we expressed in that conference call. But that was my first time.
Ms. Little, thank you, and thank you, Mayor and colleagues, for your forbearance. I appreciate it. Second.
Favor, opposed, motion carries. Councilmember Lassiter.
Thank you, sir, for coming down to testify. Last week, we were privileged to have members of the NAACP's board come and relate to this body that this organization had voted to support this
Yes.
ordinance. What I'm understanding today is that you are also saying that the NAACP continues to support the human rights ordinance or equal rights
Yes.
ordinance. What the confusion that I had is this your personal position or is this the
No.
position of your board?
No, this is what, as speaking for the organization, which I can do, we're saying, bring in the other, as we expressed in the conference call, bring in other community-based organizations. Let other organizations have broad input, give us opportunity even to look at it more thoroughly. And I believe then, because we all gotta live with
But
this.
at the end of the day, the NAACP still supports an ordinance, and this ordinance, as it's written.
We, not as, well, with the exception that was made, we do, yes, yes.
So you currently are on record of supporting the ordinance?
Yes, but we are recommending that today that it be redone so that there can be more community-based input on it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember. I believe it was Mr. James Douglas that came last week speaking on behalf of the organization. Is there a motion to extend time?
Motion.